Evaluate b squared minus 4ac when a equals negative 3, b equals 8, and c equals negative 2. Again, I'm going to rewrite the expression just so that we have some room to work with it. Now we know that we need to evaluate the expression for all of these values, so the first step is to substitute in all of these numbers. We start off with b squared, and b is 8, so that's 8 squared. If b was negative, we would have to put parentheses around b, because otherwise it wouldn't fit with order of operations. And we'll talk about that at the very end of this problem. But for now, let's just finish this one. So we have minus 4 times a, which is negative 3, times c, which is negative 2. Now we start with exponents. 8 squared is 64. So this is 64 minus 4 times negative 3 times negative 2. Now I want to take a look at this product. If we look at this product, we know that these two negatives are going to cancel out, the negative on the 3 and the negative on the 2, but there's nothing to cancel out with that subtraction. So we're going to end up keeping this as a subtraction, but we know that these negative signs cancel, so when we're multiplying, we can multiply these together, and remember that that cancels. So 4 times 3 is going to be 12, and then 12 times 2 is 24. So all of this is going to be 24. If you're not comfortable with that, you could do these one at a time. 4 times 3 is negative 12, times negative 2 is positive 24, because a negative times a negative is a positive, but this subtraction sign still stays. Either way you do it, we have 64 minus 24, which is 40, and that ends up being our final answer. But I do want to talk about what would happen if b was negative. So what if b was negative 8? Let's say negative 8 particularly. If we want to express b squared, we need to write parentheses around the negative 8. Because this expression, negative 8 in parentheses squared, means negative 8 times negative 8, which is what we want. That gives us 64. If we accidentally wrote that without parentheses, so I'm just going to write wrong, because this is wrong. If you write this without parentheses, this expression actually means the opposite of 8 squared. So this means that we multiply 8 times 8, and we take the opposite, and then negative 8 times 8 is negative 64. And that ends up being incorrect, because we know that we're trying to square b, so we're needing to multiply negative 8 by itself, and negative 8 times negative 8 is positive 64. So this is why we have that rule. If you're substituting a negative in for a number, you really need to be putting it in parentheses. The same is going to be true with fractions that we're substituting in for a similar sort of reason.